Good day, I'm Jianwei. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce my team member, which is Nicole, Junling, and Li Xue. Today, our presentation topic is a smart item price comparison system. Nowadays, there are several methods to compare the item price. For example, in the traditional way, we are using the catalog or other physical advertisement document to get the item price from different retailers. Else, this method we need to compare the price by ourselves, and this method not effective enough, and it might miss out certain information. Okay, the next two method is quite similar, which is using the internet to get the item price. First is web page method. It will show the item price range and the online store we can buy it, but not in physical. And it only can search the item with the keyword. Next, another way is e-commerce, which is Shopee, Taobao, Lazada, and so on. In this web page, we only can get the item price which the retailer open the online store in that platform, and those platforms are not linked to each other. So to improve the item price comparison system, we would like to propose the concept of smart item price comparison system. In this system, we integrate the cloud computing technology and machine learning algorithm. Using cloud database, we could store the item information such as item price from different retailer information. Next, let's think about that. Not everyone will know the item name or keyword, so we can upload or snap the item image to predict and search the item information from database using machine learning algorithm. So it helps user have a faster way to retrieve the info. We also integrate the API gateway to system to improve the system security and provide optimal API for the client, which consumer only allowed to search the item price, else retailer can update, create, and delete the item price. Before I end my part, let's think about that. What is the future trend of the item price comparison system? For my opinion, is metaverse. We can see the product in a 3D view and test the product. Furthermore, it will display all the sales items for all shops that have similar product and help us to compare the price. And we can direct place the purchase order immediately. That's all for my part. I will pass to the next speaker.
Good day, sir and miss. My name is Nicole Likayan and I am from T5. Now I would like to present the problem statement and objectives of our proposed system. Nowadays, price comparison is essential before purchasing a product. However, there are few problems that we have found when trying to perform a price comparison. Firstly, using the traditional methods to perform price comparison is very time consuming. Next, most of the price comparison website requires user to type the product name in order to perform a search, but the user may not know the product name. Lastly, the information provided by the price comparison website may be outdated as the website may not be updated frequently. Next, I would like to present the objective and proposed solution. There are few objectives that we would like to achieve in our proposed system in order to resolve the problem mentioned previously. Firstly, our proposed solution is a simple-to-use system that allows users to compare prices for the same product offered by multiple retailers all in one place. Next, with the proposed solution, users can simply upload the item image they wish to compare to the system, and they will immediately retrieve a list of item pricing and other information without having to know the product name they wish to compare with the help of Amazon recognition service. Lastly, users can always obtain accurate and up-to-date information of the item pricings as the retailer that use the proposed system have been granted permission to update the item's price information at a regular basis. That's all for the problem statement and objective. Now I will pass it to the next member. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tanisha, and now I'll talk about the study of different image analysis platforms. The reason that the different image analysis platform is being studied is because that the image recognition feature is the major feature of this smart item price comparison app. So as you can see on the table at the right hand side, we can see that we have compared Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and also IBM. So in the table, although we can see that there are a lot of features, only few of them are relevant to apps that we are developing. So this include object detection, text recognition, search for similar images on web, logo detection, and also food detection. So in the table, we can see that all of them provide object detection and also text recognition. However, all of them except Google has provided food recognition. Although Google does not have food recognition, we can see that it does provide two unique features, which are searches for similar images on the web and also the detection of the logo. That's all for my part. Now I'll pass my presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Alright, so good day to Dr. Michael and also Dr. Ashwani. My name is Wong Junling. Right now I'm going to present about the architecture diagram in our system. So first of all, there will be two types of user inside our system. The first one will be the client and the other one will be the retailer. So before both of them could actually access to our system, they first will need to perform the user authentication inside our Amazon Connector service. Then after that, they could actually obtain the service via our API gateway that has been set up in our system. So for the client side, if they would like to access to the system, first of all, they will actually need to upload a base64 encoded image to our API gateway, and then the API gateway will actually forward the image to our Lambda function to perform the decoding function. And after that, the decoded image will actually be further passed inside our Amazon Rekognition service in order to perform the object detection. Then after that, a list of results will be actually returned back to our Lambda function, and we are gonna to take the result of the highest confidence as our item category and query to our DynamoDB in order to search for the item prices and the item details. Then after that, the result will be returned back to our Lambda function and then fetch it back to our API gateway so that the user could actually receive the result. So the next one will be the retailer side. If the retailer would like to perform the data insertion, they will actually need to provide the item info via the API gateway as well. And then the API gateway will forward the item info to our Lambda function. And then the Lambda function will store the item image inside our S3 bucket and also store the item details, including the item name, price, and also category inside our DynamoDB. Then after that, if the retailer would like to retrieve the item info, the Lambda function will also collect the item details from the DynamoDB and also S3 bucket, and then fetch it back to our API gateway so that the retailer could actually view all the items that they have inserted before. So this will be our overall architecture diagram, and thank you for your time.
Now, I would like to demonstrate how Amazon Connector is being used in our proposed solution. First, we have created a user pool to manage users that perform sign in and sign out. In the user pool, we have created two user groups, retailer and user, that have different IAM roles. Each role is assigned with different permissions that allows them to access different AWS services. Next, we have created a Lambda trigger function for post confirmation. With the Lambda function, user will be automatically assigned to a specific user group when they first perform sign up. As we can see from the group, by default, the user will be assigned to the users group. However, by specifying a keyword retailer after the dash symbol of their username, they will be assigned to the retailer group, as shown in here. Then, we have created two identity pools. One is for user and one is for retailer. So we have to get the user temporary credential in order to allow them to access other AWS services. Now, I would like to demonstrate how users use these credentials to access other AWS services using Postman. Firstly, the user would have to get the access token. So this will be the ID token. Next, we will need to retrieve the identity ID with the getID action. With the identity pool ID and the ID token retrieved just now, we have successfully retrieved the identity ID, as shown here. So after that, we will need to retrieve the credentials with the get credentials for identity action. So with the identity ID and the ID token we get just now, we are now able to retrieve the credentials that allows us to access other AWS services. For this part, I will demonstrate how user is able to access the Amazon DynamoDB with the temporary credentials. These are the credentials we received just now. For this part, I will demonstrate the DynamoDB get item action. And then with the item ID entered, we can see that now we are able to obtain the item information successfully. That's all for my part. Now I will pass it to the next member. Thank you.
I will discuss about the API gateway. So this is the diagram for the API gateway. So now I will start to demo how to create the API gateway. So first of all, I will create the API. Then we'll choose the REST API. Then this for the demo purpose, so everything I will set it in demo. After we create API, we need to create the resource. Also set it as demo, then create the resource. So after that, we need to create a method that we will use in this API. So I will choose the post, then we create. So after create, because our both API is linked to the Lambda function, so we'll choose Lambda. So after that, we'll create a function name that we created before. So after that, we'll save the API. So after we create the API, we need to deploy it to the server. So we only can use the API. So we create deploy, then new stage new demo, description also demo, then demo. So we deploy the API. So it will give us the invoke URL that we will use it. So now I will slightly explain the API function in the user, which is item classification stage. So in this year, we only use the post API. So we only post the image to the system, then we return the item price to us. So the stage name is this. So for the demo purpose, we'll in the end of the presentation, we'll demo it. So for the return API, have both functions, which is create item, delete item, get item, and update item. Also the same, we also need to use the invoke URL to perform the API. So that's all for my part. I'll pass to the next speaker.
Hi, my name is Stanishe, and now I'll continue to demo how we can use the API gateway to access and also modify the DynamoDB and also S3. So first of all, we'll need to sign in as a retailer, which is Aeon in this case. So after we sign in, it will redirect us to another page, and then in the URI there, we can copy the code. So after we copy the code, we can go to try to get authorization code. So we can first create a post request as such. After that, we can go to the body under the code field. We paste in the code we have copied just now, and we will press send. So as you can see, it has returned us the ID token, access token, also refresh token. ID token will be the only thing that we need, so we can copy it. After that, now we can try to put something into the DynamoDB also S3. So as you can see, here is the create item put request. So in the body, I've already included the data that I want to insert. In the header field, we can go to authorization field, and then we can paste in the new ID token we've copied just now. So now I will try to press the send. As you can see, it's returned me status code 200. Now we can try to get some item. So similarly, I've already included the item ID in the body there. So all we need to do now is just to paste in the new ID token. So same thing, we can try to press the send. So as you can see, it also returns us the status code 200 and also the data that we want to retrieve. So now we can also try to update the item using similar method. So we can go to header there, paste in the new ID token. And as you can see in the body, we've already included the new value that we want to update. So we can press send. As you can see, it also returns a status code 200 and also the new updated value. So last but not least, we can also delete item using similar manner. So as you can see in the body there, I've already included the item ID for the item that I want to delete. So go to header there, we can paste in the new ID token. So send. So as you can see, it also returns a status code 200 and also the data that's been deleted. So that's all for my part. I'll pass the presentation to my groupmate. Thank you.
All right, so right now I'm going to demonstrate on the item classification and also detailed obtaining features inside our system. So first of all, we need to forward to our AWS Management Console and also the IAM service. So inside IAM service, you actually need to create a user roles for that matches with our item classification usage. So inside the role, as you can notice that we have actually created an item classification role with three different permission granted. The first one will be the recognition full access, and the second one will be the DynamoDB read-only access, and the third one will be the Lambda execute permission. So after we actually created this particular role, we need to forward to our Lambda functions in order to create for our own Lambda service. So as you can notice that there will be one item classification function that we have created before. So inside here, we actually need to put the permission that the user roles that we have created just now inside. Then after that, you can notice that there will be 3 functions inside our Lambda service. The first one will be the Lambda handler, which will be our main service, main function, and then followed by our detect item category returned by us, and also the find item DynamoDB using category. Then after we have actually created this function, we could actually go to our API gateway in order to invoke our client service. So as you can notice that as what Jianwei had demonstrated just now, so you will notice that we have actually deployed a client service, client API already. So inside the stash, we could actually choose, we could actually copy this particular URL in order to invoke our API. So what we're going to do next step will actually be open up our Postman API platform and paste our URL inside. And after that, we actually need to specify the methods that we like to call. It will be the item classification in post method. So we just need to specify it behind it with item classification and also post method. So the next one is that we need to forward to our request body and also send our item image in base64 encoded format. So how we actually obtain it is very simple. We just go to whatever base64 encoded website and just upload our file at here. So like let's say today we like to find the item price for this particular airport. So we just upload this airport image and encode it into base64 format. Then after that, we just need to copy this string and then paste it inside our image value. Then after that, we just need to click on this send button. And then you will notice that it will actually trigger our item classification features and also the price searching features. So you will notice that there will be 2 items that has been record has been actually retrieved from our DynamoDB back to our user side. So that's all for our smart item price comparison system presentation, and thank you for your time.